Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Matriarch Motivation Podcast. You may be finding this in podcast form on Spotify or video form on YouTube. My name is Julia. I own Pretty Aggressive Industries. I'm a certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach, and certified transformation specialist. I run a premium 3-month coaching program based on the pillars of resiliency to help people thrive in this life, because simply surviving is bullshit. I have also recently launched my pregnancy and postpartum coaching programs to help women boss the shit out of the most powerful experience our bodies can perform. I've completed 2 pregnancies and come out with a stronger mind and body each time. I am the author of Beyond Damage, available on Amazon, with my second book in the works titled The Stick in Your Spokes. Both are aimed at teaching the tools of resiliency to thrive in this life after being raised in a dysfunctional or toxic environment. I created Matriarch Motivation for 2 reasons. First, to add to the choir of incredible and strong female voices who have or are already making their contribution by inspiring women to level up their minds, hearts, and lives, sharing stories and advice that encourage us to change the world. Second, to offer a voice I felt was missing in this community, specifically one that is based in the beliefs that events and changes come from within us. The universe doesn't move our mountains. We do. We need to stop offering credit to the cosmos, calling ourselves lucky and blessed. We bring in what we put out. We earn what we work for. Today's topic is about getting past anxiety and uncertainty by developing our inner knowing. I personally have struggled with anxiety. I have had multiple anxiety attacks from my teen years up through my 20s, one of which earned me a trip to the hospital with an overnight observation and a super not cool experience with Ativan. I lived for years with toxic coping mechanisms for uncertainty and the things in my life I could not control. I drank alcohol. I was addicted to oxy and codeine muscle relaxants. I've had all 3 of the major types of disordered eating. I've participated in self-harm, social isolation, and points of deep depression and helplessness. I was a hoarder for years, an obsessive organizer, and then an obsessive compulsive cleaner. Today, I do not have anxiety, but at times I can become anxious. Today, I'm not crushed or paralyzed by the uncertain, yet the level of uncertainty around me has not changed. And yet I have no compulsive behavior. I have no addictions. I roll with the punches. I can have a cry and keep going. I can get completely blindsided or even triggered, only to manage myself in a time frame anywhere from 5 minutes to 5 hours. The question is, how does a person get from where I was to where I am now? How does any person go from crippling, racing, seemingly uncontrollable thoughts about what is going on around them or inside them to finding their flow, bossing their life, conquering fear, and laughing in the face of chaos? Develop your knowing. What the fuck is this? This woo-woo term, this weird abstract concept. This is the same as know thyself. But what the hell does that even mean? The way I used to experience anxiety was having 1,001 scenarios run through my head about what could happen in my future or what was happening in current situations unfolding that I couldn't see or didn't have any control of. I wanted a plan for every single possible route. I wanted to be prepared. My mind was always racing in high adrenaline, high stress, fight or flight reptile brain. The process of going through this time and time again, then having the many circumstances I played out in my head not come to fruition, only to have what I thought was a wild card slice me down the middle, only created more anxiety. I tried to get better at predicting my potential future, better at reading others, better at having a plan. The more I tried to prepare for what could happen, the more times I got blindsided by feeling like I had no control of anything. I was struggling and grinding to get better at the biggest thing that was leaving me exhausted, shredded, and feeling helpless, time and time again. So what do? How do we address this toxic habit? Take a pill, go to therapy, drink it away, smoke a joint, make it stop. Our first gut reaction is to silence our mind, shut it off, shut it down. But recognize this is dealing with it. This is managing the problem. It's not a solution. It's a fucking Band-Aid. Anxiety is a habit. It's a conditioned response to our environment. What needs to happen is participation in the process of untangling that habit until you break it. Recondition your own behavior. Get off the hamster wheel. If you don't like what's being said, change the conversation. Your thoughts and your entire internal dialogue are yours. You make that shit up on your own. They are thoughts, not facts. This is an aggressive two-step process. We need to first build the foundation of success. The first step we all need to take is to acknowledge and accept what we don't have control of and don't know. It's not just developing the understanding of that, it's practicing it. It's pushing insight into transformation. When we get worked up over something, pick your mantra. This is you deciding what your thoughts are going to be. Your internal dialogue about yourself and the world changes and controls your reality. Say these things. I don't have control of those circumstances. I don't actually know if that is what is really going on or if that's going to happen. I don't have control of that person and what they're going to do. I don't know how that situation will play out. That's out of my control. I have no idea if the story I'm creating in my head is really happening. I'm not going to know until I get there. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not sure if that's true. The point is to stop yourself before spiraling out. Instead of getting wrapped up in the hundreds of scenarios, instead of exhausting yourself by guessing and planning and preparing for an uncertain outcome, stop. Cut that shit off at the ankles so it can't start sprinting. My brother taught me an incredible tool in my early 20s. Take a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. On one side, list all the things you don't have control of in any circumstance. The weather, someone else's feelings or reactions, people being on time, how much your car repair is going to cost, someone not liking you or causing drama. No matter how much you plan for those things, it can change in a heartbeat. And no matter how much you plan, you still can't control it. And that can be scary as fuck, but you can't control it. And you're not going to know what's actually going to happen until you get there. But on the other side of that paper, write a list of things you do have control of. That whole side of the paper is shit about you. This is the aggressive second step. This is you deciding that no matter what happens, you know who you're going to be in that situation. Not what you're going to do, who you're going to be. This is your knowing. This is know thyself. It's the only thing you can be certain of. If someone dumps you, if you get fired, if your car gets broken into, if your teenager comes home drunk, if you get injured, if you run out of money, there is a giant list of things you can do about any of those. But who you are when you do them makes the difference. It's your attitude, your intent, your character, your outlook. My car has been broken into. I could have been totally pissed, thought my neighborhood was unsafe, felt like a target, felt like an idiot, got totally stressed out it would happen again, purchased an extra car alarm. But who I am is someone who values my daughter above anything and everything else. No one can steal or wreck anything in my life worth more than her. Credit cards, cash, insurance papers, this is inconvenient. This is nothing. I know this to my core, and it sets a tone. When I have a client cancel on me, when I fail, when other people don't show up, when I get into relationship conflict, I know who I'm going to be every time. I've already decided. And the core of who I am is so defined, it is so hardlined, that it covers having an answer to a massive spectrum of varied circumstances. My list of who I know I am and who I know I'm going to be makes me more comfortable and less anxious about everything. The major change this makes is knowing ahead of time I will be at peace with the outcome, regardless of what it is. Whether you misplace your keys or a loved one dies, you're going to come out of that scenario looking back and knowing that you were proud of, if not at least content with your own conduct. The anxiety is based in uncertainty. So why not create certainty in the only thing you can be certain of? In any situation, I'm going to be someone who chooses compassion and empathy with healthy boundaries. I'm going to be as honest as I deem appropriate. I'm going to be someone who is happy to say I'm sorry first. I'm going to keep trying and fighting for something one extra time past logical sense. I'm going to be a person who risks exposure rather than safely hiding. I'm going to show fierce love. I'm going to put in extra effort to show up for my friends. I'm going to value the family I choose over my blood. I'm going to enjoy discipline, structure, regiment, and a schedule. I'm going to communicate my needs without expectations of others. I'm the person who doesn't freak out and lose my shit, no matter how fucked this gets. This is my knowing. When my list is so clear about who I am and who I'm going to be, it really pares down the number of options I have in any situation. The even bigger difference here is now I'm designing my response based on me, rather than reacting to the shit around me based on how that's going. My favorite question to ask myself, going into anything that inspires anxiety and uncertainty, is who do I want to be in this situation? When I answer that, it doesn't fucking matter what's going to happen. Step 1, stop wasting energy thinking and questioning all the things you don't have control of and can't know beforehand. Step 2, decide who you're going to be, not what you're going to do. Know thyself. So no matter what happens, you can look back and be proud of yourself.